Good morning. I'm Brett Lewis from L4 Group, and today we are going to be talking about converting your heating from oil to natural gas. And I have with me Steve Ohl, the president of RF Ohl, who also happens to be the vice president of the Carbon County Builders Association and an expert in the home energy sector. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Steve, we're going to be talking about, like I said, oil to gas conversions. I know that there are some people out there that might live in areas where, natural gas was not available at the time their house was built, but over time, gas lines have been run, and that is actually giving people options in their fuel supplies. So let's start off with this question. What are the pros and cons of using home heating oil versus natural gas as a fuel source?
Well, let me start off with there's so much propaganda out there to cut through it. The real pros and cons need to be addressed per home, or per business. Each situation is going to be a little different. So, I would definitely encourage you, if you're thinking about it, to have a professional do an estimate for you and weigh out the individual pros and cons, because there's no set specific thing. There's no textbook for whether it works for you or not without actually looking at it. The big question is, like you mentioned earlier, is natural gas available in your neighborhood? That's always the main thing you have to look at. Oil, it's a lot of people prefer to control their own destiny, if you will, being able to have their own supply in-house. The natural gas is sometimes disrupted, the flow, depending on, certain neighborhoods and certain times of the year. With the gas demand, it's very seasonal. There's a lot of advancements in heating oil, and it's highly efficient anymore. So there's no right answer that I could address right here in the video with actually looking at the homes. I'm not trying to be evasive, just anybody that tells you straight up one's better than the other without actually looking at your house or your business, I think they're doing a disservice.
Gotcha. And you guys handle both types of fuel, right?
Yeah, we install heating oil furnaces, propane furnaces, and natural gas. So and electric. We know all the systems that are out there, and we always try to make the best recommendation, based on what the customer wants and what their needs are.
Great. So really, the takeaway is there's no one size fits all, and the best thing to do is to contact a company like you guys to come out and somebody that has experience with all the different forms of fuel to make the best recommendation for the particular circumstance.
Correct.
Awesome. So now, what are the things that someone needs to know about when they're considering making that conversion?
Well, you're going to want to know, the amount of time that it'll take to have the gas line run from the main. If there's a main in your street, you're going to have to, either have you're going to have to contact the gas provider yourself, or your conversion, the company that's doing the conversion would have to, and find out for you those questions. The old furnace or boiler, whichever you have, is going to have to be removed. Plus the oil tank and any oil in the tank itself would have to be removed. And again, you'll want to have an estimate. Like I said, we've seen many different situations. We do both natural gas and heating oil, and you definitely want to have an estimate done and weigh out the pros and cons of the expenses on both sides of what it's going to cost you to convert, and your return on your investment, how much you're going to invest and what we actually get back out of it.
Awesome. And that kind of leads me into the next question here. You mentioned the oil tank. Is there anything special involved in removing the tank?
Oh yes, I would definitely not recommend doing it yourself. Removing the oil tank, you have some issues there. You got to, like again, mention the oil in the tank itself. Many times we find that homes are built, and then the oil tank was installed years ago, and there's additions made to the home, or doorways are narrowed, where you're going to have issues removing the old oil tank through smaller doorways, or maybe there was even instances where entire stories, of the home were built on top of another place where the heating oil tank was, and there's no way to remove it other than to cut it up and take it out. And if you're going to, remove the system, you should remove the oil tank. You're just creating, an issue for somebody down the road, that eventually will have to deal with that. We've heard of situations where HVAC companies have gone out and done the install and didn't really give the, the information to the homeowner, and left the tank sit there in the basement, and the homeowner's like, what do I do with it now? And they're like, well, you got to call somebody. Well, most times if you call and have all that work done at once, it's a lot better, on yourself and the contractor that's coming. It may actually cost you more money to remove it later because other things are going to be in the way, or maybe the new furnace or boiler itself will be in the way. So all those things play into it.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know a lot of people, immediately go to this question. What's the cost to convert?
I guess that I get asked that question a lot, and it's every situation is really different. All fuel sources are different. There's, whether you go with heating oil, natural gas, electricity, or propane, they're all going to be different, and there's really no short, sweet answer to that. What's the cost? Because without actually looking at the home, you're not going to know. And again, that's somebody throwing out a number at you without actually looking at your situation. There's no way that they could be accurate. Each situation is different. I don't care if it's two homes built entirely the same way. You almost always run into some little nuances, after people live in a home a while, and there's just different costs involved. So definitely give a call, no matter who you're thinking of going with, or whether it's us or someone else. Give them a call and just get an estimate. That way, there's no guesswork. We like to take the guesswork out of all that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And here's another question that I'm sure you got. It's around cost again. Do you guys offer any kind of financial incentives for installing new systems and making that changeover?
Yeah, I mean, we have financing, and without sounding like a crazy car commercial reading off all those terms, with the banking regulations the way you are in the finance, you can't say specific offers. But again, give us a call, and we can go over all those terms with you. We offer many forms of financing. There's special offers going on for manufacturers all the time. It depends on the time of the year and the seasons. So again, call, visit our website. We'll gladly come out and give you a free estimate and discuss all those terms with you.
Awesome. So to wrap up here, well, first off, why don't you tell everybody what your service area is, so we get a sense of where you can do this kind of work.
Sure. We cover approximately a 50-mile radius of Lehighton, Pennsylvania. Which is about 5 counties: Carbon County, Lehigh County, Northampton County, Schuylkill County, and Monroe County. Approximately 212 zip codes, something like that. If you're not in our service area, or you don't see us listed on our website, please give us a call. We'll gladly take a look at where you're located. If we're able to, we'll definitely try and help you out.
That's great. And also, I'm sure that if somebody lives in let's say Massachusetts or New Hampshire or Chicago or anywhere, and they see this video, because let's face it, this video is online, it could be viewed anywhere. If they called you, would you be able to help them as far as referring them to somebody?
Yeah, if we know somebody in the industry that's in your area, we'll gladly give you a referral. We have a lot of friends out there in this industry, and we see them on a regular basis. So yeah, if we can help you out, we'll definitely give you a few names to put you in the right direction.
Perfect. So first off, thanks for sharing this awesome information with our viewers today. Can you give everybody your contact info so they know how to get a hold of you?
Sure. You can go to our website, which is www.rfohl.com. You can visit us physically if you want to come out and see us in our showroom. That's 400 Interchange Road, Lehighton, PA. We also have a second location at 2625 Route 115 in Effort, Pennsylvania. You can give us a call, 610-377-1098. You can email us. The email is info@rfohl.com. And on our website, you can find links to Facebook and Twitter. We're active on both. Any form of communication that I missed, if we're not on it, let us know. We'll gladly get on there.
Perfect. And just to clarify or to point out, all that information is in the description below this video. So the phone number, the address, the web address, the social accounts, all of it. So you can just look down there and call, click, and do whatever. So, all right, Steve. Well, thanks for taking time out of your day again to talk about this. And I'm sure we will be talking again soon.
All right, thanks. See you.
All right, take care.